I'm going to tell you a story, but the first thing you have to understand is time does not work the way you think it does. You can call me Oracle, I'm the one who's talking to you. Welcome to the cult. Alright, so continuing with the Burijdula nirtam zaitadeka Burijdula nirtam para Katarasitizahastra. So, as I mentioned in the last one, I was addressing my performance stuff and fencing and kendo and iaido. So, again, these are all Nertum Garotis Zarabagi Babadi Zaraguni Babadi. Nermamite, build. Rajayati, paint. Vivernoti, hide. Varati, veil. Tesarati, sneak. Nayati, guide. Padamdate, direct the steps. Patroniziati, note. Karya, work. Nibandnati, contract. So this is tech theater when I was at school, like at high school and stuff, learning how to be a stage manager. And this is actually the time I joined Equity, although that's probably a separate thing that I'll probably have to do at another point, just to make sure it's covered. But then I started engaging, like, even before then, theater work is just, it's contract based. So when I was working as a like a stagehand, when I became a non-equity stage manager, that sort of thing. So that's contract. Build and paint. I know if you worked in, if you were part of any drama thing in high school, you built and painted. Like, I don't know, like how your theater experience was. That's just kind of how it was. Hide, veil, sneak. Yeah, that's being a stagehand, yo. You hide. You use the curtains to veil, and you sneak. That's your Sambita. That's your deal. Padamdate, direct the steps, and Patroneziati. No, that's being a stage manager. It just is. Guide. That's specifically from when I was the CIT. I was a counselor in training at an arts camp. That I shall not name at this time. Fun side story, though. About like 3/4 of Chris Evans' family working there. Like, I was CIT for one of his little sisters. I eventually, in my second year there, I worked with his little brother. And I also worked with his mom. Yeah, I worked with Captain America's mom. She's not someone you mess with. I'm just saying. So that's what guide is. That's the Nayati. Because like I wasn't a full counselor. Like I wasn't teaching. But I was there to, like, you know, help keep the campers in line. In like a guiding way, as opposed to being like, you know, I'm an authority figure. You need to listen to me. So then Sanati obtains a gift. Upadazati, train. Samsarati, flow together with. Nirasiati, ward off. Granati, grasp. Ksipati, throw. Patati, fall down. Scolati, tumble. Putikaroti, roll. And Sambhavati, spring up. So that is. So I got basically an introduction to keto for like $20 for like a month at a dojo, which was, or like a free month at a dojo to like introduce people or something like that. I don't even remember what it was like, but it was like either like actually literally free or legitimately so cheap it might as well have been free, and for like a month at a dojo, which is like, it's enough to learn some stuff. But And the other stuff is I got a set of from my father. Uh, I believe as a Christmas present, he got me this Tai Chi DVD and set of cards that I just like. I repeated it. I learned it. I trained myself with it. Like I legitimately learned that form. I'm very rusty on it, but that's where the ward off and the grasp specifically come from. Because one of the parts of it is specifically called ward off, and another is called grasp the bird's tail, which is essentially like a grab, as near as I can tell. But that's where also it intersected with the Aikido, so that's where I did a grasp, and then throw, which is like what you do after you grab someone in Aikido. You throw them to the ground. That's how that works. Either that or you kneel and you take them to the ground with you, and you like grapple them. But like I didn't do that part. I mean, like I did do that part, but like I didn't do that part in this year. I might end up doing that later, but like whatever. Patati, fall down. Yeah, you do. You fall down a lot in Aikido. You just do. You just do. If you're not comfortable with the idea of like getting thrown at a mat that is like going to absorb most of the force, just don't go do Aikido. Just don't do it. Tumble, roll, and spring up. Yep, you learn how to do that with Aikido. It's just a thing. All right, next, and that gets those two. The tech theater one is like another 1,000, and that is brings me up. That's another 1,000 up to 11,000. So it actually goes pretty quick at this rate, from what I can tell. Although 84 is still like a good ways away. Vicinote, explore, or Vicinote, explore. Zibira Karoti, camp. Jabalati, build and light a fire. Pakati, cook. Nipapayati, put out, like a fire. Uyate, sew, like a button. Prakramate, march. Yukte, equip. Nayati, lead. Bijate, revere. So that's another 1,000. That's from me being a Boy Scout. Explore, camp, build, light a fire, cook, put out, sew, march. If you know a lot about Boy Scouts are usually expected to march in like parades and stuff, like Memorial Day, Veterans Day, that sort of thing. So it's something I did. I was a quartermaster. That's why the equip is in there. I was a patrol leader. I actually went to this thing called JLTC, Junior Leadership Training Camp, which could have been better for me specifically. That's just kind of how that went. And revere, like a reverence of nature is like reverence of faith in general, bhakti in general, and of nature. That is something that like I deeply picked up from Boy Scouts. I just did. This is something I picked up from there. Mapram Karoti. Measure. Pramimite, estimate. Panate, negotiate. Vikrayanam Karoti, sell. Bharti, hire. Upadazati, train. Vaya Bikarati, practice sorcery. Dixayati, initiate. Duravazati, telephone. Vahate, drive. That's another 1,000. That's in reference to a time that I was running a painting business, and I did a lot of measuring, estimating, negotiating with clients. I made a lot of sales. I hired and trained a bunch of people. They ended up being pretty garbage. Telephone and driving. A lot of cold calls, a lot of following up clients, and a lot of driving places. Sarayate. Samarjayati. Demonstrate, sweep clean. Kalati, walk. Tarayati, knock. Parihasan karoti, joke. Siri karoti, testify. Yatate, try. Sayate, try hard. Gantandanam karoti, ring a bell. Sarjati, deliver. All right, so this is a combination of when I was a delivery driver and when I was working for Kirby. I worked for Kirby as a salesman. I mean, they're amazing vacuums. I can't lie. Like, one of the easiest things for that job for me was I absolutely believed in the product. I just did. I just did. Like, unfortunately, it wasn't enough for me to be a successful salesman. I was not nearly successful selling Kirby's as I was selling like house painting. That's a fact. Um, and much like any performance, this dance jumps around in my life a fair bit, mostly because of the order I remember stuff happening in. All right, so then there is Janati, learn. Azizan Virati, bless. Sumupasperzati, touch with water. Avi Vixipate, flap wings over. Zamiyati, heal up. Udbarati, choose. Udgayati, chant. Zilati, meditate. Samanakti, anoint. And Viati, begin, start to be initiated. And that is actually when I went and did my Buddhist monk initiation. So I went to go to a class where I, was ready to learn. That's where I picked up my Azazam Vedati, or my blessing mantra, and that is where I learned to do a hands-off type of Reiki kind of thing. So it's hand healing like Reiki, but involves physical distance as opposed to direct physical contact. Which is why and it's important that before you do it, you wash your hands. Which is why it's touch water, flap your wings over because you're not touching them, and then Zamiyati to heal up. And at the conclusion of the class, I was offered a choice, which I chose, to do this initiation, in which I chanted the mantra I was given, and I meditated. I was the only one who, out of my group of 3, who kept my eyes open during the initiation process, during my meditation, which is something I do a lot, actually. I keep my eyes open during meditation because, you don't have to close your eyes for it. You just don't. Samanakti, anoint, because I was anointed during the initiation. I just was. It was the jasmine oil. Old Cambodian dude writing on my back with jasmine oil and a stylus. It's pretty legit. And the Yati, initiate. Calls to be initiated. Begin initiation. And that's where I'm going to leave it off for now. This is Oracle. I'm 15,000 steps deep into this nerdom, and that's pretty neat. Good evening for now, from Oracle me, to all of you out there dancing out in the way.